Good morning, my happy hour back. Here's the plan. Something new in the pump room behind me. Something new in the dirty kitchen. We have been invaded by a horde of painters, if you define a horde as one. And of course, tiling, ceilings, and they are, I believe, going to be pouring one or more of the tops for the cabinets with the wash basins will be in the upstairs bathrooms. It's going to be a busy day again. What could possibly go wrong? I thought we'd start here this morning, just to be a little different. This is very close to being the view that I get at the start of every day. I come outside, cup of coffee, sit and review the world and see what's going on. And right now there's not a lot of guys in view. A little while ago we had about 5 guys working towards the back end of the house, mixing up concrete, doing various things. You might be able to make out way over there on the left hand side, O'Donnell is in the dirty kitchen. I'm assuming he's chipping out a bit more for where the sink will go. So that's the first activity we've had in there for quite a long time. But we're going to have a look inside and see what's going on today. Here at the pump room, we have got PPR pipe. Has been delivered this morning, and I'll get closer. It hopefully will be light enough that we can make out the fact there is something new inside the pump room. That has been described to me as a pressure tank. My understanding is that is going to be, when properly all hooked up, what will provide the initial power for all the water pressure in the house. Whether there will be any kind of booster closer to the house, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. A closer view of O'Donnell in the dirty kitchen. And he is chipping out the area for the sink. Now that we have the sink, and they've got all the dimensions, well, they've actually got the sink, they can go ahead and chip out to the correct size. If you have been watching for a while, you'll know that what they would prefer to do is chip it out too small and then expand, rather than chip it out too large and then have to fill back in again. So that's why they wait, in this case anyway, until they had that sink before continuing this process. Here we have 2 activities in one clip. Preparing more of the plaster, and just inside the gym there, clean up. Just a very quick one on this. This is an area where they have not put down some kind of wooden base or something to keep this concrete mix off the floor. Oh well, doesn't happen every time. Here is our horde of painter. Apparently this is Adele. This is Adele, who actually has been with us before, but has come back to help out again today. At the moment, just the one. The engineer thinks maybe next week there will be more. Back in the master bathroom, very quietly, Singing Rico has been singing. While he is preparing to attach this frame for where the 2 wash basins will sit. At the same time, Mr. Runnell still working on the everly more complicated, that's horrible. The increasingly complicated piping for this shower. Inside Adrian's bathroom, Don is continuing to replace those floor tiles. Just now we're down to the last 2 corners still to go. While we're here, I did ask the engineer this morning about this little tiny step up from the bedroom into the walk-in closet, and I said, is that going to remain a step? Because that looks like a trip hazard extraordinaire. And no, that step will not remain. That floor will be a little tiny bit higher than the bedroom floor, but what they'll end up doing is kind of creating a very slight ramp. It's very small, clearly, it'll hardly be noticeable, but it won't be a step that inevitably somebody would fall over. We have our inspector on site, checking everything, making sure she's happy. Are we happy so far today? Are we happy so far today? Any problems? We're happy. That's a good start to the day. Inside Jack's bathroom, the ceiling that I kind of thought might have been finished yesterday, it wasn't. All the Hardiflex was in, but it wasn't all completely secured. So Richard is going around adding more screws to make sure it's secure. Back in Sabrina's room, nothing happening here at the moment. I'm still waiting to find out which one of these cabinets will be the first to have the concrete poured in the top. It could be this one, not sure yet. Also, at the moment, nothing happening in Alex's room. This is another candidate for which one of the cabinets could be poured first. It's just after lunch. Here in the dirty kitchen, we have a much bigger hole where the quite large sink will go. Inside the small bathroom at the side of the sunroom, Mr. Rene has gone a long way with the tiles in here. In fact, he's got up to height on the left wall, up to height on the far wall, almost done on the right wall as well. And I can't see around the corner, but oh, I can see the doorway, not quite done on the inside of the door on the right, but getting close to finishing this room actually. Inside the living room, the rather hard work of sandpapering everywhere where there has been skim coat applied. They will go over and sand it, and should be doing that after every layer of skim coat. Here it's still just the first layer, it's the first sandpapering. In the master bathroom, nobody tiling right now. I think for the moment they've probably gone about as far as they can, because there'll be people walking around a lot here still, and you can't walk on tiles just after they've been set. But over here, Singing Rico has been busy. Got the base form in for the cabinet on which those two wash basins will go. Doesn't look like much right now, but I think this is going to look rather nice when it's all done. Well, that's the hope anyway, and from what we've seen from the renderings, it should be quite tasty. And to my left, Mr. Ronell, still working on this shower. Oh my goodness, it's a complicated bit of pipe work now. But I'm guessing getting close to finishing, because there is plaster going back in. Still not quite sure how the water jets feature in all of this. We'll find out, I think, more likely tomorrow. This is Alex's bathroom, and a rather long piece of Hardiflex is just going in, ready to go into the ceiling. And in fact, oh my goodness, they've not been hanging around here. They have got a lot of this ceiling done. The next bit is not going to be easy to see, but there is more. It's not easy for me to get down here, but beneath the jungle of platforms and scaffolding, we have the base for the wash basins, and the top has been poured. I don't know if this was the first one, because I know there's at least one other one that has been done, but this was either first or second. This is Sabrina's room, and this is the other one that was either first or second. So that's 2 done. Back in Jack's bathroom, still missing this 1, maybe 1 and a bit tiles for this corner. But for the wash basins, wash, basin. Try saying that fast. No, not yet. And this is Aldrin's bathroom. The tiles are back in. Looks like this is all finished. Not yet with that cabinet frame in here. My guess is that will be coming soon. I did talk to the builder this morning about the very high water level in here and the fact that with not a great deal more rain, this will overflow. And he has confirmed that they will put in some kind of drainage, an overflow, but that won't happen until probably right at the end of the house build. But something will be done about that. It's 4:30. The bell has rung. Well, I guess technically the bell has been rung. And we'll start upstairs to make a change. And look at this. I think Singing Rico's been working at 60 miles an hour today. He's gone from nothing except the metal frame, which wasn't even installed, to having a poured top on this cabinet, this floating cabinet. Wow, that's really going some. Mr. Rennell's been no slouch either. Starting to get the appearance of what the shower will look like, at least before those jets get put back in. A lot more progress with this unit. Nothing else this afternoon with tiling in here. As I said, I think they couldn't risk doing that while there are 2 or 3 other people walking around doing other things. So maybe they get back to tiling tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. I would imagine that would depend on whether Mr. Rennell is moved on to something else or continues with this. Alex's bathroom, we now have all of the ceiling panels are in. As before, I'm not sure if they're all fully secured. In fact, it looks like they're not. So there's a bit more work to be done up there, but that's looking good. And down here, we saw earlier, the top of that cabinet was poured as well. In Aldrin's bathroom, I don't think there was anything else done in here. And so far, we've not yet had a start on the ceiling for this bathroom yet. Sabrina's bathroom. Also, nothing else later in the afternoon, but this is the bathroom that is the most advanced. All the floor, all the walls, all the ceiling boards, and the top of this cabinet poured. Lastly, for upstairs bathrooms, Jack's bathroom. All the panels in. I think this may well have been all done before. No scaffolding or platforms in here, so I'm guessing that ceiling is done. And no sign yet of activity with the top of this cabinet. Inside the dining room, and yes, I'm sure of my rooms this time, it's the dining room. No signs of any paint going on to the ceiling or anywhere else in here yet. I think today was all about sandpapering. Cool, that must have been hard going. In the downstairs bathroom off the side of the sunroom, this is very, very nearly all tiled. In fact, just here, on this edge by the door, is the only bit that isn't done yet. All of the rest of the tiles, all the way around, are all in and fully up to height. Inside the very dark bathroom in the gym and spa, nothing was done in here today. But there is one more area where they've started fresh. Here we are in the helper's bathroom. We've got the first 3 wall tiles are in place. Again, it is exactly the same design as the other 2 downstairs bathrooms. So we've not had any activity in here for such a long time. So it's nice to see something going on in here. This, I'm sure, will get a lot more attention tomorrow. And the dirty kitchen. This was all done earlier. I don't know whether O'Donnell got a bit carried away in this corner or whether that's intentional. Maybe there will have to be a little bit of filling back in again when they put the sink in. That's it then. 5 elements put in a plea to say, please don't get rid of this tree. Well, 5 elements, we're still not sure. I think if we have a choice, we'll try and move it, because it does sit slap bang in the middle of anybody looking out from this patio or from the sunroom even, and it's a bit obstructive. I know it adds a nice touch of green, but it's a touch of green that would be nice if it was just not exactly where it is. There was also a suggestion, and I've forgotten who it was, I apologise, I'll put it on the text, that I should always end the videos, the daily videos, by looking out here. I'm not sure we're going to do that, but it's not the worst view, is it? So today, lots and lots more in bathrooms. Really, I'm quite blown away by how much they got on with that cabinet in the master bathroom. But everywhere, we've now got 2 of those cabinets with the concrete, sorry, 3 of those cabinets with the concrete tops poured. George's room is getting ready to move back towards maybe ceilings. Alex's room, bathroom, is basically encased. It's got all of the ceiling, all the floor, all the walls. Sabrina's room is without doubt the most advanced at the moment. It's got everything, including the poured counter for the wash basin. And Jack's is really just missing that countertop and that one tile. George's room, fallen behind. Never mind, it'll all come together. So, the end of day, what's that, 252? Maybe, think so. Tomorrow, we'll see what else comes our way. See you then.